Hey, I'm Baz and you're watching Venture Offroad Australia 4x4. If you've just started watching, you've missed our adventures along the Gibb River Road, so make sure you go back and check that out. It's been one epic destination after another. Now, with the Gibb in the rearview mirror, we're headed into Broome to resupply, service the cruiser, enjoy a sunset at the famous Cape Leveque, and get attacked by midges. But more on that later. Quick stop off in Derby for fuel and check out the boab tree, or the prison boab tree I should say. Kid standing in front of it at the moment. They're quite interesting, the history of this tree, but very, very sad. The way the Aboriginals were treated, just unbelievable. I think they just round them up, put them in chains, take them out to the coast and sell them off for slavery, for pearl diving. Just crazy. We're in Broome now. I think this is called Ganthine Point, can't remember. It's where the dinosaur footprints are, but we're having trouble spotting them. Fake! We did see some that look fake, that they're made out of concrete, but I don't know. I don't know where they're meant to be around here, but you know, I'm not an anthropologist or a paleontologist, so I don't really know what a dinosaur footprint looks like. There was some pictures, but they just looked kind of randomly shaped for the most part. But even if we can't make out the dinosaur footprints, this is a pretty cool spot. How blue is that water? Not that you'd be going swimming in there. Had a chat to one of the tour guides that's down here, and he's told us that we're here at the wrong time. We need to be here at low tide to see the dinosaur footprints. They're right down close to the water's edge, which low tide will be around sunset, so I don't know whether we'll come here or Cable Beach for sunset. But we got today and tomorrow, but a beautiful spot anyway.
Sounds like it's just over there.
Our plan was to camp on the beach at the south side of Bard Creek, but as we raced the setting sun, I missed a turn off and ended up on the north side of the creek. It actually turned out to be an amazing camp spot that we had to ourselves, except for the midges, of course. Heading down onto the beach from our campsite at Bard Creek. Got to climb through the limestone. Bit of a mission. Quite rough, the limestone. You can kind of step down. Yeah.
These are my shoes.
We haven't seen the beach at high tide yet because the high tide's either been midday and midnight pretty much every 6 hours. And we've been not at camp at midday and midnight we're asleep. But we are pretty sure that the tide comes all the way up to these rocks. It certainly sounds like it's lapping against it. 10-metre tides, so there you go. Everyone's just cruising the beach looking for shells. About time to head into Broome though. We've got to line up a guy to weld a mount on the auxiliary battery tray because that's cracked through. I reckon it might have even happened before we did the Gibb because I've been chasing a rattle in that driver's side front guard for a while, and it wasn't until I think we're at McGowan's that I tracked it down. It was hidden underneath some wiring, so
Hey Daddy, look!
I hadn't noticed it.
And I got...
Some good shells, hey?
Yeah. I got this one.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And I got one of those ones.
That's nice. Yeah?
Oh no, my God. But look at
We should make a move, Rach. Not a bad way to spend the morning. Starting to get a bit humid here. I did have a look at the weather when we went to bed last night, which wasn't that late, and it was 90% humidity, so feeling pretty sticky. Daytime temperatures low to mid 30s now. Was a bit hotter as we came across the Gibb. It's not too bad now. Always nice to have a swim though. I'll head back up to camp now. Into Broome, get this battery tray sorted. I'm going to drive in there, I'll pull the battery and battery tray out, and then this bloke Travis will weld it for me for a can of, for a carton of beer. I'll chuck it back in again. And then it's restocking and stuff to do today. We had a bit of a wander around yesterday. Kids had a play at the water park. I caught up with some people that we've met out at our Questro station. Having a good time here in Broome. Tomorrow it's off to Cape Leveque though, so yeah, it's starting to get organised now. I did manage to fit in the service yesterday too, which well needed after the Gibb River Road and well the whole top end really. Good 5,000 k's from Darwin for us, with all the side trips and roundabouts that we're doing, checking out the whole joint. So back to the midges. They really didn't seem like a big problem at the time. A few bites we thought, but that's to be expected even with repellent. But as we left for Cape Leveque, Izaak was coming out in a blotchy rash with some swelling. We travelled prepared with antihistamine tablets in the first aid kit, but thought we'd better head back into Broome to get some medical advice. The advice was to take the antihistamine for a few days and come back if the swelling didn't go down.
Literally just rolled into Cooljaman up on Cape Leveque, sun setting. We've got the tent up real quick and come out to watch the sunset on these red cliffs, which is going to look pretty sweet, I reckon, and have a cider. It's that time of the night. This is it. This is Cape Leveque. It needs a lot more exploring, but we made it for sunset tonight at least. That sun is just disappearing. Yep. Standing out on the tip of Cape Leveque. There is the island there. I'm not sure what the island's called. I was told that you could walk across there at low tide. I think low tide has just passed. Not game to walk out there. I don't want to have to swim back. But these beaches are pretty beautiful. Red ochre cliffs. I think that's limestone underneath, and then white sand. I was hoping I might see a shark or a turtle, something sort of, or a stingray even, but I haven't seen anything just yet. It's a bit breezy, such a stiff breeze that two of the sand pegs on the tent pulled out this morning. We heard the sound, but we didn't know what it was. We thought maybe it was the table falling over, but the table hadn't fallen over. Then we realised that one of those sand pegs has swung around and smashed the tail light on the cruiser. That's a bit of a bummer. See how we go. Hopefully I can source a spare part in one of the junkyards that you find along the way near Aboriginal communities. There's bound to be an 80 series just sitting there rusting away. Hopefully with a passenger side tail light for me. Otherwise, for now, I think the super glue is going to come out. I'll see if I can put all the pieces back together again and super glue it back in there. Hopefully that way I don't get hassled by the police for having a busted tail light. I've lost the family. They fell behind collecting shells.
So guys, my face is, because I've got what are they called? So I've got sandfly bites, and then they've made a rash. So yeah, and I'm on the beach right now, and hi, what are we doing? You want me to dance?
Well, the antihistamine didn't do the trick, and Izaak's face became quite swollen, to the point that he looked like an entirely different kid. So it looks like we're going back to the chemist when we leave Cape Leveque tomorrow. You'll have to tune in next episode to find out how that goes, but I will say he had us worried. And we find ourselves in the middle of a bushfire as it blocks the highway. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss an episode. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.